Previously on AT&T enters the entertainment business.
And done. Here we are. Just bought WarnerMedia for a cool $85 billion. You think we overpaid? Nah, we overpaid. Yo, AT&T. Where's the money at? Huh? Yeah, you think you could buy something and not pay it back, AT&T? And 500 million have died due to the coronavirus pandemic. Up next, 16 puppies on TikTok get management under CAA, and now they're making more money than you ever will. Here's some HBO Max for you subscribers. Please, subscribe. News. Setup, punchline, joke about our parent company, AT&T. I'm British. The same joke for 27 minutes too long. Oh, God. What do we do with these movies? We need to put them out. I understand the pandemic's still going on. We'll put on HBO Max, we'll put it out in theaters. I don't care. Extra. Box office does pretty well given the circumstances. Oh, God. We are still in so much debt. What the heck is going on, man? Discovery. I have an offer for you. Would you like, perchance, to get in on this WarnerMedia? Huh? And you give me some money, okay? $1 and a $5 Starbucks gift card. Good enough.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White. Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the AT&T solves its debt crisis news you didn't know about. Okay, so AT&T really didn't solve its money woes. They're still in massive debt, but we'll get to that later. Right now, let's talk about what the funk happened this past weekend. Late last week, rumors began to swirl that AT&T was looking to get rid of WarnerMedia by selling it off to recently established EW Scripps reality-based conglomerate Discovery, Inc. For like a day, no one believed it. Then the stock said a different story. By the weekend proper, everything changed. On Sunday, it was announced that Discovery would acquire WarnerMedia assets. By Monday, the deal would be official. So in 2022, expect to see newly formed Discovery WarnerMedia. How the deal came to be, geez, it makes my heart ache.
And what do we know about how this particular deal came together with Discovery?
Well, they started talking just a few months ago. David Zaslav, the CEO of Discovery, sort of initiated the conversation. He says he sent some emojis to the CEO of AT&T, John Stankey, when he was watching a golf tournament at AT&T.
Emojis?
Yeah, emojis.
Like a heart and like a kiss face and a money sign or something?
It must have been a lot of money signs.
It all sounds so stupid, and it really is, but it's happening. Deals are being made like how TikTokers talk about mental health. I don't want to be in the room where that happens. AT&T couldn't cut it in the entertainment business. It can barely provide decent cellular service. Stay in your lane, you corporation. The third-rate cellular provider spent $85 billion on WarnerMedia, then called Time Warner in 2018 as a way to get a foothold in the entertainment industry. Prior to that, the company purchased DirecTV only to introduce 3 separate streaming services based on the cabler. With all the backing it gave its hastened cable ambitions, they lost subscribers every single quarter. It would eventually spin off DirecTV after just 6 years of ownership as a way to, stop losing so much money. The newly formed DirecTV is now run by part AT&T at 70% and private equity firm TPG remaining 30%. And in just a few moments, I'll say those exact same numbers in regards to AT&T and Discovery, so don't be alarmed. I'm warning you. No matter which way you put it, AT&T's dalliance into the entertainment space was a bust. All of the thousands laid off, the bungled HBO Max launch, CEO John Stankey thinking he knows better than Netflix's Ted Sarandos or Disney or even a production assistant, completely a waste. And all you have to show for it is $170 billion in debt, like me after college. Wait for applause to die down in 3, 2, 1. Stanky insists the new deal is good for AT&T, plus it'll fix all the debt. Most of it, some. It's just a theory. Take a look at this. The math that's laid out is wonky. I wouldn't trust it in the SAT and ACTs that are now abolished from college applications. Like, where were you when I wanted to get in the South Harmon Institute of Technology? More applause in 5, 4, 3, 2. AT&T hopes to earn that money back by doing what it did with DirecTV, taking a 70% cut of the newly spun off company while Discovery gets 30%. But Discovery gets the name and the assets, so it's the real winner. After bashing AT&T for their stupid mistakes, let's take a look at their short accomplishments. HBO was jettisoned into the streaming world under a singular app instead of a pay app and a cable app. And an ad-supported tier is coming for those who like saving $5. WarnerMedia almost brought back the box office single-handedly by being the first out of the gate when it came to releasing movies in theaters during the pandemic. That's about it. Corporate ownership of entertainment businesses never ends well. Look at General Electric and NBC. In the early 1920s, RCA bought a couple of radio stations and it's very boring. GE sold NBC assets at a loss to Comcast for $18.5 billion in cash in 2009, which compared to what Comcast made in its first quarter of this year mid-pandemic is relatively nothing. The same can be said about Gulf and Western's Paramount Picture excursion, which resulted in so much restructuring that Gulf and Western was restructured out of existence. That is my favorite joke today. Discovery CEO David Zaslav is set up to run the company as WarnerMedia head Jason Kilar is presumably booted. As much as this deal was a surprise to us, it seems to be more so to him. Kilar was found himself hiring legal representation to negotiate his exit. He's so indoctrinated that he still attended the upfront presentation this past Wednesday, spouting praise for the company. Dude, I was laid off in February, and I'm still telling people not to support Scripps, which owns Discovery and now WarnerMedia. It's all disgustingly cyclical. There's still some questions that need to be answered. What will become of HBO Max and Discovery Plus? Both seem to be doing fairly well. There's no need to combine them, but bundling them isn't a bad idea. Disney's bundle of its apps is so good, even I'm paying for it. And I hate Disney's white actors. Zaslav himself suggests the bundle is a good idea. Also, get ready for more layoffs. Nothing in this industry is perfect. Look at the show. One year you have a merger of production companies and people are talking about monopolies. The next, Disney buys Fox and no one bats an eye. AT&T had to break up into Singular Wireless because it was getting too powerful. Then they got back together. Now it's all about how big your imprint is. They're gym shorts. Of course it looks bigger than it is. Also, I carry 2 oranges down there. This never-ending purchasing is going to result in something we won't be able to predict. Quite frankly, none of us are ready for it. Just like you weren't ready for the end of this episode. Like that? Why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other ones and head to the website cpluscomedy.com where you can see interviews with your favorite comedians. You can head to the website cpluscomedy. You can go follow us on Twitter, Instagram at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chad Black White. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast wherever you get your podcast. And God, I swear I'll have a good episode one of these days.